Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Mike, aka 30 and Still Gaming, and you're watching Nerding with 30. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Encanto, another Disney animation film. But before I get to the review, this is a brand new channel, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you like this video or the content that I do on this channel, please give it a like. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and it helps the channel grow. Now let's get to the actual review. Now, Encanto is a story, a family that at its bones, it's something that the whole family can watch. It's a good feel movie, family friendly movie about a Colombian magical family and receives special abilities after surviving a horrific tragedy of her abuela, which is the grandmother. Um, when the kids come of age, they receive their powers, and then a few generations later, there's a bunch of them, like 12 of them in this house now. Um, and like they live all together in this magical house, and each member develops their own talent, like the ability to control animals, or control the weather, or heal people, or shapeshift into other people. On all of these people, they use their abilities to help the community around, the people that migrated from the old, the bad tragedy from one town where they got burned down into this brand new, like in this cove of this hidden area where they basically started all fresh again. This magical family, basically over the generations, has kept everyone safe and helped them as a community. And it's about the power of what a family can do. But the problem is they get overwhelmed. There's one that's like super strong, and there's one that's super pretty, and she makes flowers grow, but they don't know their full potential because their abuela, their grandmother, is constantly putting pressure on them to be the best of the best, but they don't really know who they are or what they are because they're only labeled by the powers that they have. If you're a shapeshifter or mood or strong or whatever it is, that's what her umbrella wants them to use their powers for. And they have so much pressure to not, uh, have a guilt trip or be a letdown to their grandmother, except Marabella. Now, the house itself, the casita, responds to the family's like request and responds to their moods. Each bedroom is like a magical place, tailored relative to their magical abilities and their magical gifts, all except Marabella. Now, Marabella is played by Stephanie, what's her name? Beatriz, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You might know her as Rosa. Encanto follows Marabella, and she tries her best to fit in this of extraordinary people. Judged by her abuela constantly throughout the movie. Her grandmother, played by Maria Botero, I believe that's how you say her last name. She offers only her disappointment in every turn towards Marabella, and Marabella is always upstaged by her sister or her cousin. Even her little cousin just got his powers where he can talk to animals. Most notably, in this film, there is no villain. Okay, in this Disney movie, there's just a unknown threat that's making the house crack and making the candle about to go out. It's the same director that does Zootopia. So there's no threat for the actual family, but at their home, the conflict is a minimal at best, which allows Marabella to spend more time learning about what she can do despite her lack of powers. But it also leaves the movie feeling a bit meandering, right? So the computer animation in Encanto is really great. Some of the best from any major studio in the last several years. Similar to how Pixar's Coco paid tribute to the Mexican culture, Encanto holds many nods to its Colombian roots, right? So from the use of the flowers and animals specific to the actual regions and crafting and incorporated respective country's musical palette, the movie score, and provides a good sense of soundtrack and songs of Colombia with salsa and hip hop mixed in with traditional instruments from Colombia. Now, the songs to me were okay, right? There was no songs, nothing like sticks in your head right after you hear it, or at least for me, it didn't. Right, so there was no like "Let It Go" from like Frozen or "Be Our Guest" from like Beauty and the Beast. Not to say that the songs are bad in any way, shape, or form. They were entertaining, but I'm sure after my son watches it a second time or third time or fourth time that I might have different feelings towards this. But as of right now, for the first viewing, nothing really stuck with me. Uh, the story has two different types of stories. There's one about the umbrella when she was younger and how she's older now and how she's running the family, and then there's one about Marabella who's in the family right now with no powers. So it's an emotional journey, uh, just as much for the older person than it is for the younger person and the protagonist in this movie. Now, the one difference in Encanto explores the family's backstory beyond the household, showing the grandparents' feeling of how they left their homestead to feel safe, and the abuelo, the grandfather, ultimately sacrifices himself with this artistic flashback, and how the story of the homeland where they were lost, the family who rebuilt in the new land is an uncommon one of many immigrant families, right? So if you whatever happens in the country that you've been in, you had to get uplifted and shifted. My grandparents were from Italy. They moved because of the war. In this film, there was a, a a group of people attacking the city, burning it down. They had to move and uplift, and this is a really family oriented picture. But sometimes they get overwhelmed, uh, not thinking they were trying to protect everybody else, and they weren't really noticing what their family was going through. That's where Marabella comes in. She really like brings the family together. She's the foundation um, of the whole family. She doesn't have powers. Now, Encanto is one of the more charming animated movies that hit the theater, I think, this year. Not that there was many in the theater this year, even though it didn't do well in the box office. It doesn't say the movie is bad. It's still pretty enjoyable. It doesn't reach the same heights as some of the other studios, other pieces of work, but altogether, all in all, I think it's a fun film. I really like the animation style. I love the bright colors. It's just a really pretty movie. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on Disney Plus, or if you don't have Disney Plus, you can actually rent it or DVD. Let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you'll watch with your family? Is this something you'll watch for yourself? Are you a big Disney fan? Did you like Encanto? What did you think of the overall um, gist and of the film? Let me know in the comment section down below. I do appreciate you. I know this is just like off the top of my head. I like watched the film and then I started just speaking and jot down some stuff. So let me know what you think. Please leave a comment section down below. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.